Hello dear friends, my name is Jitendra Bafna. I am a senior MuleSoft architect. In this video, we will see a more capability of Salesforce Composite Connector. So as we seen in our first video, so Salesforce Composite Connector provide a various authentication mechanism to connect Salesforce. So we have like OAuth version 2.0, OAuth JWT, we have OAuth SAML, and we have a OAuth username and password. In our first video, we have used OAuth username and password mechanism to connect a Salesforce. In this video, we will see how we can use OAuth version 2.0 to connect Salesforce using Salesforce Composite Connector. Okay, so let me quickly start. So you can go to a global element. Under global element, you can simply create and search for Salesforce Composite Config. Okay, so here you can see a various connections options. One is OAuth 2.0, JWT SAML, username and the password. So here I will connect OAuth version 2.0. So what I will suggest before watching this video, you just watch all the videos which I published in this particular series. So there is a previous 5 video which talks about OAuth username and password authentication. It also talks about various operations like composite batch, composite request with transaction as object tree. So I will recommend please watch those video before watching this video basically. Okay, so now what are the things we required? We required consumer key, consumer secret, authorization URL, access token, scopes. So various things we required. And for listener config, I will use the same HTTP listener config which is already configured for our HTTP connector. Here in callback, I can say simply say callback for authorize. We require authorized URL for enabling the OAuth dance basically. Here I can give external callback URL, but I will give my this full callback URL which is callback. So this localhost and 8083 port is configured in my HTTP listener, and that slash callback come from here. So sometimes what happens, you may have some proxy URL, so you can provide that proxy URL here basically, you know. So simply now what I have to do, I have to go to Salesforce for generating keys and consumer key and consumer secrets. You can go to setup. Once you have gone to setup, you can say create. Under create, you can go to apps. Okay, under apps you can see a connected apps. You can click on new, then you can say mule OAuth. Okay, here you can give any email ID, just say enable OAuth setting. Here you have to give the same callback URL, otherwise it will not work. You have to give the same callback URL. I will use full access, so simply I will put everything from here to there. Let me check, all looks good, save. Here you will see allow 2 to 10 minutes, generally take 2 to 10 minutes for configuration to be ready. Okay, it's everything is ready. Here you can see consumer key. Copy this consumer key and go back to your consumer key and paste it here. Then you want consumer secret, click to reveal, copy, paste it here. Now make sure like this authorization URL and access token URL is correct, but sometimes the domain may differ for you, so make sure you are putting your own domain. In my case, my domain is this one. I will copy this, I will remove, control V, services, I will remove domain. Okay, now next thing, let me check. I put a scope. It's when you want to restrict some access or something like that, you can use make use of scope. That's it. So these are the configuration you need to do. Say okay. So we have done the configuration, and here it's already there. Let me save everything. Let me start the application. So I will pause the video till application is starting. So guys, welcome back. My application has been successfully deployed. You can see the application is successfully deployed. Let me send the request and what error we get. So basically it's saying OAuth authorization dance not yet performed for the resource owner ID null. Okay, so we have to perform the OAuth dance basically. How we can perform? So basically what is our HTTP listener config? HTTP localhost, okay, which is 8083, and what is our URL, authorized URL, which is we have given in our connector configuration, right? If you see, we have given this in our connector configuration slash authorize. So you can see slash authorize. So you just say, now it will enable the OAuth dance basically. So you have to provide the Salesforce username and password. This you don't have to do every time. This has to be done for the first time when you deploy the application for first time in your runtime manager or mule runtime basically. You don't have to do this every time. Even you are doing the application redeployment, you don't have to do. This is just you have to do the first time basically. So you can say this is, you can provide the access, you can say allow. This needs to be done for the first time. You don't have to do this particular step every time when you are making the request. The successfully retrieved access token. Now let me send the request. Yeah, you got this successful response 200. Now you also got authorized. So even like when you want to perform this OAuth dance, if you are configuring a new consumer secret or key, or if you are doing any changes at the authentication level, in that case you have to perform the OAuth dance again. Otherwise you can just ignore it. You don't have to do that do that again and again. Okay, so yeah, so that is very important steps that you need to perform at the initial deployment of after deployment of your application. So you have to make sure you are granting access to the proper resources for mule application to execute. Okay, so I hope you like the video. If you like the video, please click on like and subscribe button. Thanks for watching.